Hi there, welcome to Lotus Healing. Today, I want to talk about this deck. Now, I pre-ordered it, excited to get it, excited to add it to my growing collection. So excited that I didn't even give a channel description yet. This is the first thing that I'm doing on my channel. I'm going to go back and go over the description of what the topics will be and what we'll be talking about and the direction of the channel. So please join me in my next video that'll go over all of that information. So I just wanted to kind of like break this out. So when it arrived, I was a little bit nervous because I'm like, oh my God, these cards are going to be so big. Like, how am I going to shuffle these? How am I going to get them in my hand? So I opened it up and it was all good because it had this book. That's the reason for the size, because of this book, which is about 140 pages long. And then it had the cards. Okay, so I'm going to put these to the side and we'll go ahead and look at those cards in a little bit. But the book, let's see, the book goes over hoodoo origins. It goes over what is hoodoo. It goes over some of the divination methods that were used during that time when, probably like during slavery, during times where slaves were becoming freed and gaining power. So this book, how she actually breaks down the sections of the cards is different. Also, the suits are different. The names of the major arcana are different. So she does call the major arcana the elders. She calls the minor arcana the community, and she calls the court cards family. So it takes us away from that aristocratic feel and brings us down home into the earth, down home to, not to the earth, but to people who are, African American, Black, melanated people. So it brings it closer to home, and it speaks to that part of who we are. Now on the cards, each card, like in the book, each card has a plant that associates with the card. So if you are if you work with herbs, or if you work with the earth, or if you do spells or mojo bags or anything that might have to do with hoodoo, it does have an accompanying plant that you can look into a little bit further, find out more about. So each card has that. The major arcana cards, they have a Bible scripture, because we know that that's something that's used in hoodoo. And then it gives the plant, it gives the image, and she talks about the image. If the image is a person, then she's going to give you a little bit of history on that person, which is great information to have. And then she will go into the meaning. And only on the major arcana does she go into consider the following, which are questions that you can ask yourself regarding the reading, regarding yourself. It's like a little bit of a shadow work type of thing, where you kind of dig deep into the reason why you might have got this card, or the reason why you are thinking the way that you think. So that is that's beautiful. So it's jam-packed. So it doesn't give any negatives on the major arcana. So for the family, it does give positive and negative, and it basically just speaks to the characteristics of that person and how they would, how they will show up. So that's typical of the regular Rider-Waite deck or the traditional tarot. So that is the same. Now with the family, not the family, but with the community, it basically will give you a plant. It will give you the image and talk about the image on the card as well. And it gives a meaning, both a positive and negative. no, I don't know if I said it, but the characteristics on the court cards or the family cards, they give a positive and negative as well. So again, both of these, the family and the community cards, they're basically keywords. So they don't weave in a story. They don't really tell you anything that you don't already know about the specific card, and that's fine. And that is okay, because when you do tarot, you kind of become familiar with what everything is. But what I find to be really awesome and great is the imagery, because you don't really need the book. I mean, you don't need the book anyway, but these images on the cards are just so lovely that they have much that you can read and look into and see. You understand? So you connect with these cards on a whole different level. It's like they really speak and whisper to your spirit. It's like the ancestors really are talking to you. And if you have grown up in a traditional Black family, or a family that has their roots in Hoodoo, or, typical Black American family, some of these cards will really resonate, because they are some of the things that happens in the average everyday life of African Americans. And then some of it speaks back to the ancestors. So this is good for ancestral readings. I feel like it's good for past life readings. I think that it's good for if you want to do work, like magic work or hoodoo work. These can kind of lead you in that way. And like I said, the imagery gives you information. So you are inspired by the images on the card to get more information out of it. So these cards. So these cards are really beautiful in that way. And I wanted to show you the author of the book and the illustrator as well. So let me go ahead and get that out. Let me find that for you. It'll be just a second here. Oh, she gives some references to other books if you want to learn more about, African American folklore, hoodoo, things of that nature. So this is our author, and this is our illustrator. Now, this book does include a few spreads as well, so I'm just going to go over those spreads. So the first one is the one I am super excited about. It is called See About Your Folks. Okay, so this is basically going to be about what messages your ancestors might have for you, what gifts might you not be utilizing, which of your ancestors want to work most with you, and what you can achieve working with them consistently. So this is rich. This is beautiful. I am just so excited about this part. Of course, there's a love reading, and there is a reading regarding a teacher, like a teacher that you may have, like if you're working with someone in hoodoo, or if you're getting some type of coaching, or like you have a guru that then it goes ahead and speaks with what you can, about that particular person and how they can benefit you and what their weaknesses are. They also have a really interesting one called Don't Put That Thing on Me, which is, have I been tricked, hexed, cursed, jinxed? So they go into that and why that might have happened and what your ancestors might have had to say about that. So, that is a very interesting reading. And then, of course, they have the typical love reading. And so that is this book. Now, I'm trying to think, is there anything else? If you have any questions, then definitely go ahead and ask about it in the comments. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. And I'll be back to you to go over what this channel is going to be about. And so I'm so excited to be here. And I hope you will be too. And thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.